Hello everyone, my name is Nikolaidou and together with my colleague A.Tzifa, we will be presenting our lecture titled The Green Hub, A Resilient Vision for Thessaloniki, Greece. We are both design professionals in the fields of architecture and landscape architecture, originally from Greece and based in the US. This lecture presents a case study developed in response to an international architectural competition regarding the waterfront redevelopment of Thessaloniki, Greece. The project received the second prize and envisioned a synergy between architecture and landscape to set an example of sustainable coastal activation while protecting the area from sea level rise. Thessaloniki is the second largest city in Greece, located along the coast of Thermaikos Gulf at the northwest corner of the Aegean Sea. It is a historic city that was founded in 315 BC and has developed and transformed significantly through time. The international architectural competition titled Arxcellence 2 called designers worldwide to develop innovative and sustainable proposals for a new central business district on Thessaloniki's western coast. The competition was organized by Alumil and endorsed by the International Union of Architects. The competition site is located on the city's western coast, adjacent to the port. For nearly a century, it used to be an active manufacturing zone with breweries, tanneries, flour mills, and factories. Unfortunately, today it is an underused urban area, representing one of the most underdeveloped parts of the city. The area's advantageous location next to the city's port, near the historic center, and close to important road and rail networks, as well as its rich architectural character and industrial infrastructure, offer opportunities for sustainable economic development. However, it presents a major challenge of urban regeneration, as Thessaloniki is significantly vulnerable to climate change. Climate change is making cities more susceptible to flooding. The global sea levels are expected to rise between 2 and 7 feet over the course of the century. By 2100, at least 190 million people could be living in areas below the projected high tide line. The threat of flooding is changing the way cities are built, and we need to adapt our designs to this new climate reality. Thessaloniki is one of the most vulnerable cities to climate change in the Mediterranean. It is exposed to coastal flood risks, increased frequency and intensity of storm events, and high temperatures. Our site is faced with severe flood risks due to its proximity to the waterfront, the Dendropotamus River, and its adjacency to a highly impermeable urban environment. Rather than postponing the reality of climate change, the proposal explores how this pressing challenge can become a central theme of design problem-solving. The Green Hub envisions a synergy between architecture and landscape design, using the site's strategic location to set an example of sustainable coastal activation while protecting the area from sea level rise. We were inspired by the area's environmental, geophysical, and cultural history. The city's shoreline has shifted through time. Our site's southern boundary used to mark Thessaloniki's waterfront. In the 1800s, it was a recreational destination where people could come into contact with nature. There was dense vegetation, natural streams, beaches, agriculture, and a popular waterfront park called Bektsinar. The area's subsequent industrial uses and rapid development have left behind many underused buildings and a highly polluted waterfront that lies between port operations and high-speed traffic. We were inspired by the site's natural past, and we wanted to create a contemporary take on the historic waterfront park that once was located here. The Green Hub revitalizes the waterfront through sustainable and resilient design. The larger area is faced with a series of challenges as well as opportunities, such as lack of activated green spaces, community hubs, play areas, athletic facilities, the presence of polluted soils and wetlands due to the industrial activity, and a channelized and degraded riverfront. It faces high flood risks due to increased storm events and stormwater runoff, reinforced by the large amount of hard surfaces in the area. Finally, its rich architectural character, ideal location, and rising cultural scene present a unique opportunity for redevelopment. The Green Hub creates a continuous multi-level open space framework that offers outdoor recreation opportunities for the citizens of Thessaloniki and a landscape that performs ecologically through a series of long-term and short-term resilience strategies. We propose the creation of parks, plazas, community spaces, the adaptive reuse of the historical buildings present on site, and prioritized bike and pedestrian circulation. Our proposal includes a long-term vision plan that situates the project within its larger context and addresses the area's environmental challenges holistically. The vision plan proposes the restoration of the adjacent river and wetlands and their connection to our site, the creation of activated green pockets within the city fabric, and the introduction of street trees and localized stormwater management systems. The project establishes connections to the future museum, the existing activated waterfront, and the city's bike network. Contextual integration was very important for us. The Green Hub echoes the natural landscapes of Greece by creating a hybrid between architecture, public space, and flood infrastructure. The project complements the scale of the city by breaking the proposed program into several separate building volumes and placing an emphasis on public space. The proposed program includes a variety of public and private, universally accessible spaces that remain active throughout the day, such as a business center with mixed-use office buildings, a residential complex, a new museum and environmental center, an athletic center surrounded by fields and play areas, and an educational and community center. Our goal was to create spaces that blur the boundaries between architecture and landscape and bring people together in the outdoors, taking into consideration the local climate conditions. We wanted to celebrate the site's rich industrial past, so we proposed the adaptive reuse of the historic buildings as performance and cultural event spaces, educational facilities, art-making studios, and a food market. Each of these buildings is surrounded by a plaza or a green space that is designed especially for its needs. These historic buildings become important nodes of the circulation system. The design creates a network of pedestrian and bike pathways that connect the project to the urban fabric while bringing people through a range of parks and urban plazas. The main path, the Green Promenade, passes through a variety of program configurations, from restaurants and retail to food and beverage outlets and public event spaces. The project envisions a synergy between natural and built environment. The proposed buildings connect through a series of multi-level terraces that serve as a continuation of the landscape. Outdoor atriums connect the spaces vertically and allow the vegetation to pass through, creating a fluid green public space. Large openings bring ample light to the building interiors. The first and second levels host retail and restaurants, while the underground floors are dedicated to parking. The project creates a resilient and sustainable green hub that functions both as civic space and as flood protection infrastructure. By creating a variety of outdoor public spaces, the Green Hub enhances a sense of community, equity, and well-being, and raises environmental awareness. We proposed a series of resilience strategies to filter and detain stormwater, restore native ecosystems, remediate polluted areas, and mitigate coastal flood risks. These include rain gardens, bioswales, water detention basins, permeable surfacing, as well as the use of topography. The use of phytoremediation filters stormwater and restores the polluted soils. The introduction of trees and native meadows provide habitat reinforcement and mitigation of the heat island effect. A large berm marks the southern edge of the site, protecting it from coastal flooding. Building systems promote sustainability and renewable energy. The moving panels on the building facades respond to the daylight analysis, while solar panels on the roofs and outdoor parking harvest solar energy. The streetscape connecting the project with the urban fabric is reimagined as a pedestrian and bike-friendly green spine, with the introduction of street trees, bioswales, and bike paths. This sunken amphitheater is an example of how architecture and landscape come together to address the existing challenges and offer a sustainable solution. It takes on a double role, as it functions both as a flexible gathering space for different activities to take place and as a sculptural rainwater collection basin and reflecting pool during severe storm events. Our proposal creates a new vibrant destination for the city of Thessaloniki that respects its rich historical past while addressing imminent climate change-related challenges. It is a viable, sustainable, and long-lasting design solution for the city. The Green Hub functions both as civic space and as flood mitigation infrastructure, protecting a large area of the city from the rising waters. Even though addressing climate change was not among the specific competition objectives, after researching the area's existing challenges and opportunities, we could not ignore the reality. Our site is very susceptible to flooding, and in the future, a big part of it will likely be underwater. For that reason, we presented an adaptive design proposal that responds to these imminent challenges by creating a park that restores native ecosystems and addresses flood risks. Current global and local environmental issues create significant challenges and opportunities for existing cities worldwide. As designers, we need to create innovative proposals that address them and provide roadmaps for successful redevelopments. Thank you very much for listening to our lecture. Please do not hesitate to contact us by email if you have any questions. Thank you.